Hey everybody, this is Herschel from High School Top 200, and in this preseason ranking I have going on, we are at number 11, and at number 11 I have Westlake Boys High School ranked the 11th team in the country. Now Westlake is always one of those teams that's a force. They always have their abilities to um, find a lot of talent within their schools and within their areas, and to also attract good players, and to also form uh, pretty strong teams. Actually, I think I think if they had better competition and it wasn't such like a five, and that goes the same with Rosmini and Messi as well, and at times Rangi Toto, and also Takapuna as well, probably be another one, maybe sometimes. But now that they got Whangarei, it kind of evens out, and they got some good teams to play against. So Westlake is one of those teams, and they have, I think that they have put together a pretty massive team this year, and one of the best backlines in the country. The best backlines of the country as a whole. So I think that once things start rolling on for them and the season gets a little deeper, and it comes time for them to really pump it up and to go for the to represent the Blues situation where they actually go against the 1A, because I am picking Westlake to win the Harbour, so they'll go through to try and play against the 1A team. I think that towards the end of those competitions, they're really going to have to step up their game. The best thing for Westlake to do, and the best scenario is probably find a situation where they play Rosmini, Massey, Rangi Toto, Whangarei boys, then back to Rosmini again, so that they have like sort of a long sequence of hard games. Now they're going to need these games to get into those positions where they're ready for the 1A competition winners. So they've picked up some guys, three really important guys like Bailey. Katupa is probably the main guy at second five, who was there last year, and who's the guy that they would probably rely on a lot even this year to sort of guide and construct their attack most of the time. Casey Smith's going to be their halfback most likely, and then they got Nico from Massey High School as their first five. And this is the word that I got, is that Nico's moved over from Massey over to Westlake, but right now he's actually injured and is supposed to be out for a few weeks come the beginning of the season for Westlake. Which would also go pretty good for his recovery. I mean, I think with that competition, they will find a spot, like once he comes back, maybe some easy teams that they play against, get Nico in there to run around and sort of get used to the spot. So he'll be at their first five in the long run. I think Brady Rush, who has come down as well, should be in the centres with Bailey. So it'll be Brady and Bailey in the second five in centre. But I think if Brady would play at first five just to cover for now until Nico comes back. They'll still have Ariki Toa, Hood, Kaitapu, who will be on the wing, I think, with Spencer McDowell will be on the other wing. And then one of the other biggest signings that they got was Johnny Cooper. Johnny Cooper's come down. He'll be fullback, and he'll be one of the players to watch this year. And I think that he'll make a big splash for New Zealand secondary schools as well as Bailey. And Brady will have probably a bit of a look in it as well at the same time. Lotu Nisi at number 8 is a given. And guys that have played him last year know that he's a beast and can't really just put him down. You have to really try and put him down. You don't try and tackle him high. His running style is too good. His speed and power is just too much. So if you're going to tackle him in a way that you know that how big guys kind of fall. Just around the ankles, hold on to one leg, things like that. Don't try and really put a hit on him, because even if you try and hit him, he'll probably just hit and spin out of your tackle, and then you'll probably go flying at the same time. Tupou is a guy that I really liked last year. A Fungia, and he was last year. I think he was playing blindside when I watched them, but I think he would move into open side. Probably have Harry Forbes come in there as well. They probably have some young locks. Blake Horton will probably want to be a lock there. Zach Larson probably have a look in at lock as well. Probably a young guy like Jackson, Tuinu Kuafe, I think his name is. He'll probably be a pretty good guy to look out for as well, coming into lock, because they do have a lot of young fellas that like, and really good young fellas, like really guys that can really play. Like even at halfback, Jackson E-Frames is probably another guy who is pretty sharp as well. So like, you know, if you have a look at guys like that, like they have a lot of guys that can come in. Jack Robinson's probably another one that can come in. Ben Mitchell at open side is probably another one that can come in too. So they have a lot of guys. You know, there's a lot of guys there that are that are going to boost up that. They're going to boost up their bench, and it's always important to have a bench. Like when I list, and listen to this, when I list guys who are the main support guys, those are the guys. Like it's all good having superstars, but if you don't have those other guys to back you up, you're not going to win. You can't just win with superstars and then guys that don't know how to play to back those guys up. So, like, even as much superstars as you have, you still have to have the guys that back up. Even a team full of superstars, that's why New Zealand secondary schools is important, is that you don't just choose guys based on that's the guy's just the best player. It's that guy's the best player for that position with this guy, or with that person, or with this system, and that. So, like, those kind of things can roll into it. And so that's kind of how it is. Finlay Burris is probably Burris is probably another guy that I would think would have a good shot at New Zealand secondary schools at prop. He probably look like he'll be the captain. Maybe him and Bailey are probably the guys I'm looking at that maybe be the captains. Jordan Evans probably a good guy at hooker that you'd probably want to go and see as well. Really good player. I really like him, along with Harry Collard is probably another guy. They have some good guys, like even at hooker. Good backup will probably be David Toya, who's probably a guy that maybe, he'll back up. I think he'll back up anyway. So these are the guys that I think would, and like, I think that these guys, they're a good team with good talent, with good supporting players that can back up these stars, but actually play their role as well, and then they have good leadership. Johnny's a good leader on the field. So is Brady and Bailey. Nikal's a really good guy like that as well. Lotu maybe needed to talk a lot more. Tupou's like a really good guy at the front of it with Finlay as well. And so these guys have a really good team, and not a really good team just for Harbour, but a really good team nationally. And so I think that these guys can actually make a statement for their school this year. And I think that they're going to be one of those schools that causes some upsets. If you have a chance, go out and see them. Like I said, once Nico comes back, and they have everyone in their right positions, I think this is probably one of the best all-round back players, a backline in the country. So go out there and have a look. Support Westlake boys if you're from that area, and if your son goes there, or if your brother goes there, or if your cousin goes there, make sure you go and support them. They're going to be mean this year. Peace.